This is IEE is the name of this class. This actually stands for Interdisciplinary Environmental Expedition. And we actually have 56 juniors that take this class in the fall and in the spring. And we have them all afternoon, which is kind of unique. And so it goes away from the traditional classroom, and they get to learn experientially. They get to come out here, see the world around them, especially their community, and develop that sense of place and see how things work.
And our main mission here is to provide a safe environment for the introduction of steelhead throughout Whychus Creek, and that's going to consist of building areas in which they'll likely survive and areas where they'll be able to spawn, and years on out they'll be able to survive.
We gathered plants from other areas, and also some were donated from Wolf Tree. And before we planted, we made our plan here where we designated where certain plants would go within the riparian zone and in the upland zones. So we decided which plants needed the most water and put them closest to the river, obviously. And once we drew this plan, then we kind of divvied up the chores between the groups and worked on both sides of the river and planted what needs to be done. So that's what we're doing right now. Four different things that we planted down here. First is the willows, which are these here, and then we have the spirea, like here and here, and then the dogwood is the reddish looking plant, and then over here is the cottonwood. And so those are the four main plants that we put in the riparian zone because they need the most water. And along with putting them right next to the river, we've also put them, starting to put them in the islands in the middle of the river.
If we can get 50% survival rate on all these plants, Whychus Creek, and especially this general area, will be a great spot for steelhead to spawn and make their trek back to the Pacific.
Every year the students have a little bit of a different interest in what they like best about the project and what they get into. And we found, as we've tried to refine the project throughout the years, that enabling the students to really choose their area of specialization through the jobs, whether it's creative specialist or project manager or riparian specialist or scientist, the students develop a little bit more ownership when they can apply for and choose the job as their way of getting to know this creek.
I definitely think this has like changed my outlook on like nature, at least, because I'm the kind of person that stays inside. And when I first came out here, you know, first thing I did was I ran, I got my friends, I was like, you gotta see this, look what we did out here. You know, we made like this big piece of art out of like rocks and stuff, which I'd never even heard of. You know, I took them out and I showed them the creek and like all the color. I'm an artist, so like I just looked at all the colors of the creek that I saw and was like, man, I gotta draw this, you know, like I wanna paint this.
It just makes you want to be like involved way more in like everything you do now, because it's like you appreciate it so much.
Yeah, because once you get an eye for it, it's definitely like, I want to help and I want to make this even more beautiful than it is right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people come up here to Bird Beach. There's a lot of roads they can come out on, like we come out on the roads up there. So if they just like come by and like see that we're actually like dedicated to this area and spend enough time to create like a piece of art or something, that we're really dedicated to helping this area, and they might see the point in all of this.
These kids are the ones that are going to learn about the importance of this, and you know, they'll be the ones in the future that will be out here, or you know, and then they will know potentially, hopefully, that you know it's not cool to thrash on the riparian zone and stuff like that. So you know, that the education component is I think critical for them and their peers.
Good?
Yeah.
I think a lot of these, because I had these kids, I teach biology, is my area, I'm science, and I have a lot of these kids as they're sophomores, and a lot of them struggle in the classroom. smart kids, but just using the pencil and the pen and lecturing and doing the classroom setting, they don't get a real passion for science. But when they come out here, I see that light turn on. They really can see and apply the knowledge that they've learned and gained in the previous years in their education and put it to work out here. Like I said, this is our 8th year teaching this, and seeing some of these kids and how it really excites them and gets them more jazzed about the world around them is well worth it. Yeah, well worth it.